So Homeland Security's ICE has now arrested, kidnapped, abducted Sam Hamdi. And who is Sami Hamdi? Here is Sami Hamdi in a recent interview. This is a recent interview with the Thinking Muslim, with this guy.
Read the situation. I think that the statement that Turkey has saved Gaza is too strong and absolutely and categorically false. I don't think that Turkey played any role in saving Gaza. I think the framing of the question itself implies that Turkey worked tirelessly for the sake of Gaza and the like, whereas I think that they, like many Muslim nations, when they weighed their interests versus stopping the genocide, they found that their interest took greater priority than the genocide itself. And we saw how Erdogan played this balancing act by which he tried to do enough to appease public sentiment with regards to the genocide, while trying to make sure that he kept, maintained the trade with the Israelis and the like, fearing that if he offended the Israelis too much by standing against the genocide, then maybe it would result in pressure from the Americans and so.
Okay, so he's saying that Turkey had nothing to do with saving the Gazans. Turkey didn't stop the genocide. Turkey cared more about their own interest. Okay, so what? So what? I mean, that's the most, interesting part about that whole conversation. That conversation goes on for another hour and 40 minutes. I have no idea what other, things they get into, and I like listening to the guy. But he's, extremely smart. I don't want to say too smart, but, who knows what nuanced sort of conversations they're going to have later on. In a way, he's kind of dull. In a way, he's kind of boring. So what the hell is the Trump administration afraid of? What the hell is the Trump administration afraid of? Why would ICE arrest Sami Hamdi? What the fuck is the goddamn problem, ICE? What the fuck is the goddamn problem? Let's get some of these details in, okay? It's really stupid of the administration because Sami Hamdi endorsed Trump. Sami Hamdi said, vote for Trump, don't vote for Kamala Harris. This reminds me of how the colonizers treated Native Americans. Even the Native Americans who were friendly to the administration got fucked the fuck over. Even the Iroquois, who was on the side of the colonizers, got fucked the fuck over. But we were your friends. Yeah, you fuck your friends over too? Is that what you're saying? You fuck over your enemies, you fuck over your friends, you just fucking over everybody? So some of the details, okay, so this Sami Hamdi, he's a political commentator, he's British. Yeah, he's Muslim. But you have a right to religion, right? We got the First Amendment. It's not just a free speech issue. We got a whole Bill of Rights. No cruel, unusual punishment, the right to confrontation, the no excessive bail, no, The Seventh Amendment says we have a right to a civil trial for any issue over $20. A jury trial for any civil issue for over $20. So this is over $20. And then habeas corpus says, what's the fucking charges, officer? Did you have any charges? They said that he's not going to talk to a judge for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks he's not going to talk to a judge. And that he's sitting in Bakersfield. So he was arrested at a San Francisco airport. And then I read this little nugget here. And I'm just going to mention their names because they were people. In June, 2 Palestinian men, Al-Da Hathaleen and his cousin Eid Hathaleen, were denied entry at the same airport and deported to Qatar. And then, weeks later, this Al-Da Hathaleen was reportedly killed by an Israeli settler in the occupied West Bank. So they literally participated in the genocide. How did the Palestinian men get here? How did they even get to the damn airport? And then to think that you're going to go to the airport, this doesn't. You got TSA, right? You got TSA, so they're going to be checked from head to toe. You're just attacking people who's traveling. And then when it comes to Sami Hamdi, what did Sami Hamdi do? Well, the only thing that I could think of is that he's critical of the genocide. We got a fucking ceasefire now, right? And the president's going to stick with the ceasefire, right? He's not going to allow Israel to fucking goddamn push all the Palestinians off the land and steal the fucking land. That's not what they're going to do. Right? He's going to stick to the genocide or to the fucking ceasefire, stop the genocide. That's one great fucking thing this piece of shit Epsteiner in chief this authoritarian fascist fuck. I feel so much euphoria and I feel so elated. And even though he's a piece of shit, maybe Trump is actually going to do something fucking good. Maybe Trump is going to do something fucking good. By stopping the genocide? Yeah, he's a fucking criminal fuck, 34 felon, Epsteiner in chief. For 10 years, he was raping them damn kids. There's a million policies that I absolutely 100% disagree with, but man, I'm pretty sure I'm a one-issue voter at this point. You commit a fucking genocide, I don't listen to you. I don't care what you fucking say. And it makes me question this entire goddamn society, this entire system. The first ceasefire lasted 2 months and then it collapsed, but ultimately that's what Israel's been doing for the last 25 fucking years. Like 50 fucking ceasefires collapse. Israel keeps killing, and then they say the ceasefire's over only when Palestinians shoot back. That's not a ceasefire. Ceasefire is both motherfuckers stop fucking shooting. Just saw a debate where you had fucking Michael Rappaport got in a debate. He's like, well, you one of them ceasefire guys? Aren't you a ceasefire guy? And they both said yes. Supporters of Israel, supporters of Palestine, we're sick of the fucking goddamn civil war. We're sick of the shooting. We're sick of the murdering. Truman said, you get half the land and the Palestinians get to keep the other half. That was their land to begin with. And if you can come back 3,000 years later to take land that was, they actually never got the land. Moses actually never got to the promised land. The ancient Hebrews were actually just shepherds. And the way that they did ownership and property and law was just wherever you were at, wherever your sheep was grazing. They were nomads in a lot of respects. But if you're going to say that people have a right to return to land that they originally lived on and to kick out the fucking occupiers, is that what you're trying to say? Then that means the Iroquois and the Shawnee and the Cherokee and the Chickasaw, they get to come back here and just kick all your American motherfuckers back to wherever the fuck you came from. They get to take all this goddamn land back. Come on. Has nothing to do with principle. Has nothing to do with right. So he was detained at a San Francisco airport. Here, let's take a look at this clip. You might say, oh, he did not endorse Trump. He didn't endorse Trump. Here, let's watch this clip. This was before the election. And this hit my heart. This hit my heart too, because it's like, yeah, Kamala to me was the lesser of the two evils. To me, if you had to vote with just them two, I'd say vote Green Party. If you're going to vote Green Party, because they're 100% against the genocide and they're right about a million goddamn everything. Basically, the Green Party's Jill Stein was right about everything. But it's hard to debate Sam Hamdi. Well, listen to him.
And maybe someone liked this argument, but I want to put it quite bluntly. To summarize, because I could list the examples endlessly, but I want to summarize it in this point. Trump is going to be worse than Biden. Let's measure it. What do you mean relative to what happened to the Palestinians? Tell me what is so terrifying that you are willing to forgive the genocide in Gaza. Tell me what scares you so much that you are willing to step over Sidra's lifeless corpse with the legs blown off and say, excuse me, sorry. That you will step over Hind Rajab's cold corpse that was shot at 360 times by the Israelis while she sat in the car waiting for an ambulance that was blown by Israeli tank. That you step over Hind Rajab's body, sorry Hind. That you would step over Reem's body. Tell me what's so terrifying. You step over Reem, Ruh, spirit of my spirit. That you step over the child, you can't identify this child, the head's blown off. You step over them. You step over those 240,000 corpses to get to that ballot box. You step over all of them. You walk by the Palestinian refugees walking by. Where are you going? I'm going to the ballot box. Voting for who? You're too ashamed, embarrassed to say it at that time. You walk to the ballot box. You walk over those bodies, piles and piles of those bodies, drenched in the blood. You see those kids in those images of the hospitals, crushed by the rubble, their arms are hanging, blood dripping for no other crime than some random people from the West said this land belongs to us. You will walk all over those corpses, go to the ballot box, vote for the one who did it to them, Jalal. Vote for the one who slaughtered them. Vote for the one who massacred them.
I don't know what the fuck Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's goddamn motherfucking problem was. He's a diehard Zionist, a diehard fucking right-wing conservative fuck. Kamala Harris said that he did nothing wrong. She would have done everything exactly as the fuck as he did. So no change. Status quo Joe just maintained it all. Kamala Harris, this was her election to lose, and she fucking lost it. It was her election to lose. You needed to just throw some red meat. Here's this progressive issue, here's that progressive issue. But she stayed staunchly pro-genocide. Why? Why do we gotta be Israel first? Why do we have to sell out our country to be on the wrong side of history so we can help one group of people kill another group of people, people who've lived on that land for hundreds of years? And if you're an American, you've been here less time than the Palestinians have been on their land. They've been on their land 500,000 years. You've only been here 300 fucking years. Native Americans been here for 14,000 years. So the Zionizn have greater claim to America than Israel has, than the Hebrews have to Israel. This was Kamala Harris's election to lose, and she says, you know what, fuck it, I'd rather lose than to stop a genocide. I'd rather fucking lose and put Trump in office. Kamala Harris's goddamn legacy is Donald Trump. Kamala and Joe Biden's, their fucking legacy is Donald Trump. You lost to a racist, fascist, 34 felon Epsteiner-in-chief, low-life piece of shit. How'd you fucking lose that? How did you lose that? You spent billions, fucking $1.5 billion to goddamn pay a bunch of celebrities to do a little dance? We're supposed to be fooled by this bullshit? Instead of offering us something real. I'll come back in a minute.